Doofy McButterscotch back again. Marlon Brando. Now we left off on Don Juan DeMarco, so now we're going to go to the island of Dr. Moreau, or Moriau. I never really knew how to properly pronounce that. Doesn't really matter. It's a little weird. This is where Marlon Brando kinda goes off the deep end. It's not really that great. When you watch it today, you'll look at it and say, what a crappy movie. Is that Ron Perlman? Are you kidding me? Ron Perlman is an ape? What the hell? Why would Hellboy do this? But it's not really that good. It's kinda just a bizarre little flick that a lot of people will roll their eyes at watching it today. They'll be like, what in the hell did I just watch? And that's how you'll feel about that. But that's nothing compared to Last Tango in Paris. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's in the top 5 worst movies that I have ever seen in my life. It's terrible. What contributes to it is it's a foreign language film. But that's nothing against foreign language films. I have seen a few foreign language films, and just because you can't understand it and you have to read subtitles doesn't mean it's going to be a crappy movie. I've watched good foreign movies, and it's not that fault, but it's just the plot. Oh my goodness. It's so ridiculous. I mean, it's this one girl who gets into a relationship with Marlon Brando, who's like a 50-year-old dude in this movie, and it's just so bizarre. It's not based on reality. It's kinda like a dirty movie, but instead of some of those juicy scenes that you're waiting for, it's got the bad acting, and it's got the pointless plot, but it doesn't really have the juicy scenes that you usually wait for, so it's kind of bad. Plus, I watched this on Netflix, and it kept on lagging all the time, and pausing and loading, so it made it all the more worse, because I had to watch it so I could cross the damn thing off this list. It was absolutely atrocious. One of the worst movies I have ever watched in my life. We will eventually get to the movie that is absolutely the worst. When I get to Holly Hunter's list, I will expose the worst movie that I've ever watched in my life, numero uno. Anyway, Sayonara. Now that's an older flick. It's the love story. It's an army man that falls in love with a Japanese woman, and it was done in those racist times where the whites were really they were influenced to marry the white blonde girls and all that stuff. It was in that age where racism was at its high, so it's a pretty good movie. I liked it. A good plot. I kind of hated Marlon Brando's accent in there. It was absolutely annoying as hell, but, not the worst. The Freshman. Now that's kind of a Matthew Broderick knockoff of The Godfather. They've got a little bit of Ferris Bueller's comedy mixed in, but it just doesn't really work out because Marlon Brando he is not funny at all. I mean, he's about as funny as Peter O'Toole is. He's just not funny at all. I mean, you could laugh better at a funeral than at The Freshman. It's not really that good. It's very below average. I'd put it as a D-list movie, not even deserving a B-list movie. Candy. Oh my God, it's another atrocious Marlon Brando film. Oh no. The first time you see this, you think, oh, it's going to be about candy. I like candy. Let's watch this. It's going to be about candy. Well, no. It actually isn't. Candy is basically the main star of the film, who is, to summarize in a one word, a whore. That's right. The movie is about a whore. It's, no, it's not a pornography, surprisingly. It is a regular movie. I know, doesn't make any sense. It's travels, you basically follow around this prostitute who goes around sleeping with basically every guy she sees, and it's like Last Tango in Paris, except it doesn't have the juicy scenes that you wait for. It's not good. It's horrible, and it made me hate Walter Matthau because he was in it. I thought he was alright before until I saw him participate in this trash, and then, you know, I kind of said, oh well, Walter Matthau obviously kind of sucks because he signed up for this movie. Anyone that signs up for this movie is a total loser in my opinion. Everyone who participated, actors, directors, screenwriters, even the boom man, anyone who was even remotely involved with the making of Candy, they all suck, and I hate every single one of them. They're awful. Anyway, what do I think of Marlon Brando? Well, you know, I never really watched his horrible movies until when I started watching his movies on here, which was later on in life. I saw his classic movies like let's see, A Streetcar Named Desire and On the Waterfront, and I thought he was a really good actor, but when I saw these terrible movies, I didn't respect him as much. I kind of thought, well, it looks like Marlon Brando's just another Hollywood dirtbag. What a bummer. That just sucks. But, you know, yeah, you gotta be a pretty big loser to make Candy and Last Tango in Paris. I mean, there's nothing you can do to redeem yourself from those movies. They're just that awful. Never watch them unless you are going in a bet with someone and you want to say, if you lose, you have to watch this movie. Ruin their day. Anyway, that's what I think of Marlon Brando. Now Matthew Broderick. We'll get a little start. Godzilla. This is your typical dinosaur flick. It's kind of like Jurassic Park, except there's only one dinosaur, Godzilla, who goes around and destroys a whole bunch of shit. And that's about it. They throw in a few little science fiction things, and Matthew Broderick is a scientist. He goes around and tries to figure out how to help defeat Godzilla, and yeah, it's pretty predictable from beginning to end. It's not anywhere near the best, but it's better than some movies, I'll give it that much. But yeah, we'll talk about Inspector Gadget and the rest of Matthew Broderick's films in the next video. See ya!